Welcome back in another episode of What is this clarinet? So we have these pictures we're going to take a quick look at from a customer saying, what is this thing? Because it didn't have an emblem on it. Now, many times when you get a clarinet without an emblem on it, you think it's just some old third-party things, but there are instances where even more modern clarinets don't have an emblem. And this occurs when the manufacturer use some type of imprinted label on it. And we'll take a quick look at this one right now. So as you can see here on the upper joint, there is no emblem on it. Now we can see here that the keywork itself is also silver plated, which means a little bit nicer clarinet. Let's take a look at some other pictures, see what we can see. Can't really see much here. The lighting's kind of off, not perfect the way I want it to. We can't see if the tone holes are wood or plastic at this point. We'll move on. What we have here is a key indicator, 831,000 and made in Germany. Now, the first thing I think about when I see made in Germany, and this came in the Buffet case, by the way, and we'll see other things here, but early around 800,000, Shreiber was making the E-11 clarinets for Buffet. The earlier models had a stamped emblem, which we'll take a look at later, and the later ones were silver plated and had a gold foil emblem, which quickly wore off, and eBay's littered with E11s that aren't identified as anything because the foil mostly or all just wore off. And I believe there was not a emblem on the lower joint, just on the upper joint, barrel and bell, where people fold it with their hands and they just rip that foil thing right off. Let's go on here. You can also see here the thumb rest is adjustable. Of course, still clarinet here, nothing that identifies it from one to another. Continue on. Can't see the tone holes, but there's an interesting thing here. If you take a quick look at the left-hand pinky keys, you can see how the touch pieces for your pinky is soldered onto the arms. This is very identifiable then as a E11 clarinet. Does look wood. Nice pin to socket lifters here. Of course, nothing on the barrel that says anything. Nothing on the bell and barrel that say anything. Though when I look back now, see a little crack here on the bell. And the serial number is within range of the really early E11 silver-plated models with adjustable thumb rests. Now we're going to take a look at some other E11s real quickly. Now this is a really early E11 before they went to the adjustable thumb rest and the foil emblems. We can see on the upper joint how the E11 and the Buffet emblem are stamped on. Here's a closer look of that. You can see the E11 right there and how the emblem is stamped on. Now, many times you'll see some people trying to sell these older clarinets, and they'll basically sand down the E11 emblem and try to sell it as an R13. The one key indicator you have to look at that point is look for those touch pieces on the left-hand pinky key being soldered on and not being one piece. That's going to be the easy identifier for an E11 versus an R13. Another identifier is off the posts. You'll have little wing screws for the R13s. By the way, I thought the earlier E11s had more of a complex and darker tone than the newer E11s. So if you get an older one like this, I think they sound better than more modern E11s. More of a complex, darker tone. Comparing that to a more modern E11, after Buffet bought Shreiber, I think they're Shreiber Kyworth at the time, you'll see that there was a model called the E11 France, which was an E11 made in France, and there's a lot of problems with those models that I read. a lot were splitting woods and just a whole variety of problems. Luckily, Buffet decided to shift production back to Shreiber, and it fixed the issue. As you can see here with the E-11 France, you see the bell doesn't have a bell ring. You'll see the touch pieces on the lower joint for the left-hand pinky aren't soldered on anymore. They're one piece. But it looks like a really nice clarinet. We wanted to buy one myself just to see how it is, but never got around to it. Once again, it has E-11 and France on the upper emblem. There's a close look of the bell. We're going to take a quick look at eBay right now and take a look at some of the older ones here that would have the emblem worn off. What we're looking at here is an example of a E11 with a foil emblem where it's only partially worn off. We can see how it just kind of like wears off and it disappears. You can see it's one of the newer models with the adjustable thumb rest. It still has the pinky touches are soldered onto the key arms, as you can see here. So that's a quick example of a Buffet E11 that's unidentified as an E11. One of the key indicators, as I mentioned there, is the soldered on left-hand pinky key touches. And of course, if you can see it in better light, it'll have plastic tone holes, the adjustable thumb rests, silver-plated keys. That is one more modern or E11s from Shreiber that was made for Buffet, still made in Germany at that time. Anyways, that's one example of a Buffet E11. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Any questions, comments, please put it down below, and we'll see you later.